But anyway, so now I begin. The ayat of fasting. Fasting was given to you just like it was given to the people before you, so that you may have taqwa. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. So my first subject is, what is the purpose of fasting according to the Quran? Taqwa. It's not going to be a very Islamic lecture. I'm not going to try to sound all sheikh-like, because I'm not a sheikh, so it's easy for me to not sound like a sheikh. I'm going to try to put this to you in easy psychological terms. Have you heard before that you should have taqwa? Yeah, especially you, right? You should have taqwa. Ittaqillah. Have taqwa of Allah. I've heard it many times. You know the first question that pops in my head? How? Fine, you keep telling me to have taqwa, 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 taqwa. How do I get it? Where is it outside the masjid? Are they selling it outside somewhere? Is there some special biryani you have to eat to get it? How do you get taqwa? You keep telling people to get taqwa, you don't tell them how. Yes? Allah did not just tell us to do something or be a muttaqi, but didn't give us a way to do it. Allah says, I will get you to taqwa if you do what? Fast. Fasting will get you to taqwa. كَمَا كُتِبَ عَلَى الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. So let's understand, how is fasting going to give me taqwa? Let's first define taqwa. What is taqwa? Fear of Allah, cautiousness about Allah, being careful about Allah, being aware of Allah, protecting yourself from doing the wrong thing. Here's my question, where does taqwa live? Where does taqwa live? The Prophet ﷺ answers this question saying, At-taqwa, ha-huna, ha-huna, ha-huna. Where does taqwa live? That's why Allah says, فَإِنَّ ذَلِكَ مِن تَقْوَى الْقُلُوبِ. This is in the taqwa of the heart. So taqwa lives inside your heart. Now, let's go back to fasting. Fasting is coming, Ramadan is coming. It's going to be a pretty hot day in Bahrain. About 12 o'clock, your throat is going to start feeling what? Thirst. Yes? Your throat will send a complaint to your brain and to your heart. Hey man, I'm thirsty down here. Yes or no? About 3 o'clock, what's going to happen? Your stomach is going to send a signal both ways to your heart and your brain. Come on man, what are you doing here? You're killing me. I'm dying here. Hey, take care of business up there. What's going on? Where's the customer service in this restaurant? There's going to be a war inside of you. There's going to be a war inside of your body is going to fight with you. Yes or no? It's going to tell you, feed me. It's going to tell you, give me drink. Yes or no? And of course, there's the third one. There are children here. You guys know it's PG-13. Temptation. Temptation will come to you. And all of these requests are coming to you and they're hitting you and they're hitting you and they're hitting you, but there's only one department in this entire government. One department, the heart, that says to the throat, shut up, not until Maghrib. It says to the stomach, you be quiet, not until Maghrib. Yes or no? So this one thing, which is what? Your heart says, Allah said no, so be quiet. But then the stomach goes, you be quiet. It's not going to stop. Your stomach is not going to say, okay, fine, I'll be happy. No, your stomach is going to keep being hungry. Your throat is going to keep getting drier and drier. It's going to complain even more. It's going to complain even more. Some of you, I love what you guys do. You go to the iftar table before your mother even puts the food down and just lie on it like this. You know? And then she puts the French fries there and you're like just touching it. You make a mountain of ketchup on your plate, looking at it from every angle like, is it Maghrib yet? And some people go by the second. They have digital clocks. Is it 33 today or 34? 33 or 34? Why is it only 31? Time slows down at the end, doesn't it? But in any case, you know, all this time, this entire day, who won the battle the whole day? The heart. Where does taqwa live? Allah trains you for 30 days to let your heart win, doesn't He? For 30 days your heart wins. Your throat loses, your stomach loses, your temptations lose, and your heart wins. 30 days in a row. When you do any exercise 30 days in a row, then you know what? You can turn it into a lifelong habit. There are psychology studies on this stuff. You can make lifelong habits if you can commit to them for how long? 30 days in a row. Allah gave us this training so we can develop taqwa. It's awesome. As a matter of fact, you're holding yourself back from drinking, which is halal. From eating, which is halal. From your spouse, which is halal. So that when this month is over, He's not going to ask you for more. Usually when you do training, then you're going to ask to do even more. Yes? But when you finish this training, Allah will ask you for more or for less? He's going to ask you for less. So the day after Eid, when you're sitting at your home and the chocolate is looking at you and you eat it, you'll forget that it's Ramadan. And forget that it's not Ramadan. You'll eat it and go, oh. By mistake. Oh wait, it's over. Yeah. Does it ever happen to you that you eat after Ramadan and still feel kind of guilty? Yeah? That's pretty good training. Now you're even thinking about the halal. And if you're even so cautious about the halal, then you must be super cautious about the what? The haram. That's the training of Ramadan. That's not the training of Ramadan, that's the training of fasting. Ramadan has its own purpose, fasting has its own purpose. This is the purpose of fasting. If you find yourself losing control, if you find yourself really tempted, if you find yourself going towards haram very easily, one of the easiest things you can do is consciously fast. Consciously, not subconsciously. Some people fast and say, well, might as well lose weight at the same time. No. If you consciously fast, it will actually develop taqwa. It will actually develop taqwa. It's a divine remedy from Allah. Now, the next ayah is about Ramadan. And أَيَّامًا مَعْدُودَاتٍ فَمَنْ كَانَ مِنْكُمْ مَرِيضًا أَوْ عَلَى سَفَرٍ. I'm going to be brief on this part. I'll just tell you easily two things. Before Ramadan, did we still fast? Yes or no? Yes. The same days as the Jews, as the children of Israel, yes? We fasted on the same days. And the rules were easier. The rules used to be easier. The rules were, you don't have 30 days, you have few days. Ayyaman ma'dudat. They're few days. They're not a lot of days, handful of days, okay? So first of all, they're not 30 days in a row. They're just a few. Second of all, if you miss one, you could make it up. Or, if you were capable of fasting, you weren't sick. You didn't miss one because you were sick. You didn't miss one because you were traveling. You missed one because you were not in the mood. Maybe that happened. You could either make it up, or you could feed some poor person. Fidyatun ta'amu miskin. You had two options. Once again, if you miss a fast, what two options did you have? Remind me. You either make it up, wake up. You either make it up or what? Feed someone. Option A or option B. Is it 30 days in a row? No, it's a few days. And you have two ways to make it up, yes? So it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. And then at the end of it, Allah says, وَمَنْ تَطَوَّعَ خَيْرًا فَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَهُ وَأَنْ تَصُومُوا خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ. And if you fast is better for you, I'm not making it mandatory, but if you did fast, it would be better for you. So everything's very relaxed. It's very relaxed. Now we come to the ayah of Ramadan. I want you to remember that the rules were relaxed. Now we come to the ayah of Ramadan. Shahru Ramadan. The month of Ramadan. It already began with the words, month of Ramadan. It's not going to be a few days, it's going to be an entire month. Already sounds harder. Doesn't it? It sounds harder. Now if he's going to say, the month of Ramadan is the one in which you will fast 30 consecutive days. الَّذِي تَصُومُونَ فِيهِ 30 يَوْمًا مُتَتَالِيًا مُتَتَابِعًا. No. He doesn't say that. He says the month of Ramadan is the one in which the Quran was sent down. شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن. The first thing Allah wants you to think about when you think of Ramadan is not pakode, it's not samosa, it's not the ketchup, it's not the fries, it's not the sleeping during the Taraweeh. Allahu Akbar. You're the only guy standing up. Everybody else is in ruku. You're like... Then there are people who do extra long sajda, not because they're in khushu', because they're like, come on. That's not what you think about when you think about Ramadan. Quran is telling you